That's how I found out just yesterday that my boyfriend has a 2-year-old child that is still alive.
Why did she add still alive?
She also wrote it in caps. Why did you say that?
So this person calls themselves FK's Galaxy Z Flip.
Lovely.
Says, hi, FK, Angela, and any possible guest. This might be a bit long, but I actually really need your input into this particular friendship dilemma. So I have this friend, a guy, note that I'm also a guy too, that I used to be quite close with in high school. In fact, we were in a friend group during high school, and we were always causing havoc and basically having the time of our lives during those senior YX days. The friendship was all good and fine until we graduated from secondary school, where we all went our separate ways. We both got into TikTok during that pandemic era and kind of paved the way for ourselves. We were a bit competitive in terms of who has the most followers and engagements at the time, which kind of went south and caused a little rift between the both of us. We didn't really talk about it and just swept it under the carpet, as per it's not really a big deal. Fast forward to a few years and I'm done with uni, but I don't think he furthered his education due to reasons unknown to him, but I never saw it as an issue. Last year, I tried to reach out to him twice to visit him and catch up, but he kept giving silly excuses, which I didn't mind because everyone is busy. A couple of weeks ago, a mutual friend of ours came to stay with me for a few days. And this mutual friend spoke about visiting this other friend of mine. And I was immediately really happy because I wanted to use the opportunity to see him as well. We agreed to pay him a visit. Please note that he didn't know I was coming to visit with said mutual friend. When we arrived, I think he saw us through the window and just refused to let both of us in. I shit you not. We stood outside for about 20 minutes until his mom coincidentally wanted to step out and saw us. Luckily, she invited us inside and called him to join us downstairs. Do you guys know this boy took another 20 minutes to come downstairs? I was feeling somehow throughout the whole waiting period because I thought we were cool. I brought up the issue of him not wanting to see me, and his excuse was that he felt like both of us haven't seen each other in a while and have been awkward and there won't be anything to talk about. I guess I sort of understood, even though I felt like he has to be deeper than that. We sure laughed and gisted a bit. Then myself and the mutual friend headed back to mine. 3 days later, the mutual friend decided to visit him again one last time before he leaves for school. The mutual friend let him know that he's visiting again, and my friend told him he doesn't want me to tag along. Said mutual friend told me, and I felt somehow. I mean, what could I possibly have done for him not to want to see me again, even though we had a good time even though we had a good time when I visited? I didn't know what to say because I thought we already moved past any drama. We didn't even talk about any drama. I told him it's fine and didn't bother myself to save further embarrassment. So what's your advice for me? I'm still really bothered. Do I still try to find out what the real problem is or just forget about it? I mean, I can say I tried reaching out and did so multiple times.
So the thing is, I mean, I've changed my mind on this. Before I was team find out what's happening, blah, blah. But I feel like by the time someone is like not letting you into their house, they're not really presenting it like a front. That is not the door that you go and knock on to say, okay, let me try harder. It just feels like this person is like being very standoffish and all of that. So I don't know. I think you have to take what you're seeing. It's tough, but I don't think you're going to get any answers. Like, I think this person is very blatant about their not liking of you anymore for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think what you also took as not a big deal was probably a much, much bigger deal to them.
Yeah.
I think that thing you said of, it caused a bit of a rift, but no biggie. I think it was a much bigger deal and the person was probably a lot more hurt or upset about whatever happened than you did. So for instance, like let's say, because I've seen this happen before and it's even happened to me. I figured a friend of mine was mildly irritated about something because that was all I took as well. But he was upset.
Yeah.
And so when we spoke about it, when he expressed how upset he was, I was like, oh, I didn't realize you were that upset. Yeah. If we didn't have that conversation, I can understand how it would have become resentment. Because I didn't take it
seriously. Yeah.
It was a disagreement between us. But for me, I thought it was just like but it was cool. Really
yeah.
But yeah, like Fekemi said, I don't think this person wants to be your friend anymore. And it's unfortunate. It's always really hurtful when you still want to be somebody's friend, but they don't want to be your friend.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the thing that is going to pain me here. But I just feel like
no, it's not worth it for you.
I don't think it's worth it. I think you're gonna end up in more pain than you're bargaining for with this. I know that it feels like you should keep trying, but like there's a posture somebody else will have where it's like, this trying your genes only going to damage you further. And like, what are you going to gain from that?
So you're going to help us help them.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so the first one is from someone that calls themselves Olodo One.
Okay.
He says, hi, FK and Jules. How are you both doing and how's the economy over there? I say over there because I've left you people in that zoo called the country.
Wow.
Now to my main issue. It seems like I'm going to be the Olodo in my marriage. And as much as this might sound funny, it's actually overwhelming. I mean, I always knew he was smarter. He got scholarships here and there. And even both of his results from high school till date has been best in his class every damn time. Then there is me. Although I went through medical school, struggling, I realized that the expectations this man has for me are quite intimidating. At first, these were the things that really made me love him because I knew that I needed to marry someone that is career-oriented and who would push me in life. Because to be fair, after this medical school, I really don't know what else I want to do with my life in terms of having another degree or specializing. But it be like, say, I don't go dates who pass me. And to think we now talk about marriage, is this what I'll deal with for the rest of my life? I kind of just want to be a baby girl, have one small 9 to 5, and quite frankly, be eating his money. To put more context to the situation, my brother's results were out, and I sent it to this man. And you need to see the way he spoke down on him. Nope, he didn't fail any course, but he had just 1 A and 1 C, which for me is a pretty good result. And in as much as I know he can do much better, I'm happy for him. This now makes me feel a bit more scared for myself and when we have kids. What if I don't do well in my master's program as I'm about to resume? What if we have kids who struggle or have a learning disability? How will he take it? It is well, Lou.
I mean,
are we giving serious advice?
It's a mix.
No. We
start with rubbish. You know the funny thing? I had these thoughts randomly.
That you had the
One, no, it's not that. Have you ever worried about somebody? Have you ever thought it's like this person thinks it's chanced. It could be by chance. It may not be on purpose, but it could be chanced that this person holds me in a regard I don't occupy. Like, has somebody, and this could even be friends. I'm not joking. Right. There was a time that my dad came and genuinely asked my advice. He was basically like, is what I tell him that he's going to do. And so I kept saying, I think. And when I finished, he was like, thank you so much for your help. After implementation, I'll get back to you. I said, so sorry, please come back. I said, Pastor, please, just a brief
disclaimer.
Just a brief. I just want us to double back on the gist we just gisted. I was under the impression we were shooting the shit, He now said, no, that you know quite a bit. And I said, Daddy, I'm 32 and I live in your house. You should not be taking any advice. You shouldn't be taking any advice from me. I don't know what I'm doing. What I'm doing, I don't know. Because when my mother was my age, I just want to remind you, she had 3. She had finished with her children. She was done with kids. She had her masters. She had done multiple businesses. She had a place that she was going to. Daddy, I want to check that laundry basket. I just want, because I'm my father, I'll open up to you. Do you know that I don't have clean pants to wear tomorrow? Do you know? Daddy, do you know? When I finished, that this man was looking at me with such deep sadness. I said, so I want you to know that if you want to implement anything, don't go and say, Jola said. At least I want to meet multiple times when somebody will ask me something. And then I realized that, this person
is actually serious.
They think that you know.
They think that.
Oh my God. Well, Eminie.
What
and
a freak and what a heck.
It's such a shame because I'm like, the problem is you now want to get to know me.
All right, boys and girls, this fantastic episode of I Said What I Said is brought to you by AfriChange.
AfriChange is the easiest way to send money across Africa and internationally everywhere.
There are very low fees, no processing time, if any, very tiny, and you get loyalty points the more you use.
Yes. If you are in Nigeria, you can pay your bills in Canada. You can send money to Canada.
Exactly.
You can also pay your school fees in Canada directly from Nigeria in Naira. If you are in Canada, you can send money to many, many countries all over the world.
All right, guys, so get to supporting people who support us. Enjoy AfriChange and enjoy the rest of the episode.
That is africhange.com. There's a person that is not serious. And the problem I have with people that are not serious is that, how do you want us to help you? So Shameless Beggar says, hello, Jola and FK. I'm starting a new job soon and I don't have decent work clothes. I've been out of work for a while and I can't afford new ones. I'd really appreciate some of your old clothes if you wouldn't mind gifting me them. Thank you and God bless. Okay, how will we send them to you?
No address, no number,
God
no
bless
nothing.
you. Now that I want to send the clothes to you, how are we supposed to do that? So please,
No size, no
thank
nothing.
you. If you can contact us, with how exactly you were supposed to get the clothes to you, that would be fantastic.
Okay, up next we have Last to Laugh Lady, who says, hi beauties, how is the bounce today? I've been a listener for years, but I never thought I'd be sending in my own dilemma and it's a doozy. To be honest, it's not really a dilemma because I know what I want to do, but I feel guilty. Also, no one really knows about this, but I feel like if I don't talk about it, I'll explode. It's such a long story, but I'll try to make it detailed. My ex-husband and I moved to the UK 8 years ago. Things were extremely hard and we struggled. I quickly had a daughter, but he never hid his disappointment. He became physically violent and abusive, and when I couldn't conceive again, he referred as me to useless with that my thing, the thing being my daughter. After a few years in the UK, he packed up, took our savings and ran to Nigeria. My daughter and I were stranded and almost homeless. I received divorce papers shortly after and it almost broke me. Luckily, through our church community support, my daughter and I got by little by little. Now, while we were married early on, I convinced my husband to go in on an investment with me. It at the time was the equivalent of ₦1 million and we went in equally. I got the beating of my life when it seemed to fail. I don't really know what happened, but I got a call from the broker managing it a little while ago to say that for some reason they had missed out on getting back to me. But what they had, basically, the moral of the story is that they were wondering why she had kind of left the account. So it was a new broker. And needless to say, this has rebounded and over the years has made a shitload of money.
Wonderful.
Guys, it's north of about £90,000. I've added more over time to it, roughly about 8,500. The dilemma is, I know my ex-husband has been undergoing dialysis in Nigeria and needs a kidney transplant. And since we did the investment together, he might be entitled to a share. From my gentle stalking, I know he is deeply broke and in a serious situation. As for me, I want to enjoy my last laugh and keep him moving, but I still feel I owe him something as he is the father of my daughter. What do you think? Ahmed, let's start it.
This is a spotlight that is not very good. Okay, basically, first things first. Because you both invested, I feel like you should get a share of the money because both of you invested. But aside that, for every other reason, it's time to use the law of Moses. An eye for an eye. Aside the fact that, because he never thought anything about you and your daughter while he was leaving the UK to Nigeria with all your savings. Imagine you had the opportunity to go withdraw your investments too.
You would have
done that.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like because you invested together, give him a share, calculate how much, whatever his own share might be. Get it and just dust him off. Let him go.
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay, so for me, yes, I think she should give him his own part of the money. And after giving him his own part of the money, my dear, you move on with your life. You move on with your life. Because, so one thing that I'm not happy about is the fact that the way the man was beating her, guy, a man beating a lady gets me off. Like, why would you lay your hands on me? No. So that's out.
Because you didn't give him a son. That's why.
I mean, I just don't even, like, I'm just like, people, At the point where the person that as in you were there when we made the child.
As in,
It's not as if I had the child with somebody else. You were present and then you're calling me and your own daughter
a thing.
useless
Thing.
Yeah.
That's so
you know,
bad for me.
in a sense, I'm glad that as in he ran to Nigeria because this baby will not have left him. And that's how and that's how should have entered a fundamental. The best thing he could have done for her is get out.
That
Because
distance, right?
because she does like it sounded like she would have fought for the nonsense marriage that they were having. Look, personally, am I very petty? Sure. But obviously, if he wasn't sick, I'd have said you should not give him a fucking thing. Let me not lie to you. You should give him 0, not a damn thing. Now, if you're a benevolent person, you can, yes, if you're benevolent,
church mind.
with your church mind, you can pay for some of his dialysis, one thing. Personally, I will not put money in that man's hand for shit. But, you know, again, if you're a good person, you say you're in a church community, so you are into Christ, which is good. Then you can help him out with his dialysis, this one. But personally, let me not lie, he forfeited that half of that investment when he ran away with my sake. Ojoro has already cancelled.
So let me tell you.
I refuse to stand on, some of the share is his, he can fuck off.
Yes.
But if you would like to, you can now give him, but he does not deserve a damn, no share. You've stolen my money and now you've gone. Okay. Ojoro cancel, this is mine. Anyone you want to do, as a lovely human being, you can go for it.
Okay. Here is what I think. There are multiple things. So the first thing is that you guys went in 50-50.
Yeah.
Like it was an equal split. Which means technically he's entitled to about £45,000.
He's not.
But I said technically. But she also added money
to it.
8,000.
So you calculate what that does. Then it's now time for, let me tell you what, this thing used to pain me. When maybe when I was younger, when my dad first started trying to teach me to save, it didn't work out really well. He would do things like say, Jola, you have XYZ amount with me. We'll go somewhere. Daddy, I want this. He'll say, remember that you have. So when I now want to collect the money at the end, he will bring out the entire thing. Then he'll now start reducing it. So the first thing you do on your sheet of paper, you remove that. What did your additional investments add up to?
Yeah, you first remove
You subtract. How much did he steal from you?
You subtract what it
and you factor in inflation. Yes. So you remove that part. Then every blow.
You start, yes. £1,000 per blow. Yes, absolutely.
Then don't forget that when it seemed like the investment had failed, he beat you. That was his exit
God
payment.
Bless you. God
he
bless you.
removed himself from the equation. Then he abandoned your daughter. So you start removing child support payments.
If you actually calculate it, he owes you money. If you actually do this calculation accurately,
he owes you money.
As about now, I'm calculating he owes you like £20,000.
So what I think is, honestly, because you're a Christian, you let that go.
Hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
So we know how, the cost of living is at the moment. We are all looking for money that can come in. So if you want to, make a little bit of money, you don't want to stress yourself, you can put your money into Bamboo's fixed returns.
Yep.
Where you can earn up to 8% per year in USD.
Yeah.
That is United States dollars.
You also don't have to be anxious about putting your money down for an extremely long time. You can put it for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or a year, which is 12 months.
Yeah.
So like we said, up to 8% a year, you can save that money in Naira or dollars.
Yes, you can.
And if you're interested in what we're saying, you can click this link to get started.
Get into it. You guys will recall that my team won the challenge. So I'm so sure some of you have already jumped on this, but people on Jola team are just learning about it. There's no problem.
All right, guys. Back to the episode.
Bye. Please, I have one. This is Miss A. Hi, Jola and FK. How are you guys? Okay, straight to my dilemma. I wrote into this podcast where I and my boyfriend of 7 months broke up last year. I don't recall. So sorry. That's how I found out just yesterday that my boyfriend has a 2-year-old child that is still alive.
Why did she add still alive?
She also wrote it in caps. Why did you say that?
No, because if it's too...
That's so crazy.
No, continue.
That she said the child is alive.
No, she said she just found out about the child, period.
And I did not know during the relationship. I'm legit just finding out, he had the child when he was 18 with a 22-year-old girl. Ashasha confronted him and he said, if it was up to a year, he would have told me that he had a child, Egbamio. As of last year, I was weeping that why did my boyfriend break up with me? But now I'm saying thank God because no way am I becoming a stepmom to any bloody child. That's all.
That's so. Do you know?
I think she's not asking any question.
Quick cue. When do you think, if you were dating and you had a kid, when would you make that knowledge public?
Conception.
Do you know the problem? I would be confused that you didn't know I had a kid.
Conception.
Because I have this thing about meeting you. There are things that are, so for instance, when do you know my birthday is in April? Maybe you don't know till a month later. Maybe you don't know. But something
things
like having
I have a child.
Is one of the things that...
It was a relationship.
No.
it doesn't
But even
matter.
at that...
So I'm not talking about the relationship.
Not that you've met my kid.
But like, I have a child that is existing. Yes.
Not that you've met
and
my
she
kid.
said the child is actually alive.
Not that you've known my child.
I don't
met
even
my
want you to
child.
meet. Just like
you
as a
interact
fact,
with them,
I
but
think
you
it's
know.
a very important fact in my life that I have a child.
Well, I used to. I'm a pro from the conception, right? Let's put all the cards on the table.
Mm-hmm.
But also in the past couple of my life, I feel like some information at the initial stage when you are not seeing the end is not necessary.
So 7 months.
No. So I have like two friends who have kids, and what they always say is like, date one, I'm not saying anything because all I just want to establish is, do I like you? Do you like me? Before I start yanning men.
Yeah.
Now, if I think that like, okay, I get along with you, get along with me, then I'm like, okay, before we move
forward,
let's
talk about this.
Bye. But it's like if I'm messing around with you,
it's interesting.
Yeah, so that's me.
Who is she to him? And
like why am I bringing my kid into it when we're just for a short
and at first I was like, this is weird, but then I was like, okay.
No, but you know what it is for me? I don't think of it as, it's not information for you to do anything with.
It's just a fact.
It's just the facts of I. Do you know how I think about it? Almost like.
But we have to be honest that it changes the way people view things.
And that's fine. And so the thing is, I don't even want to get to the point where I've had to think of the second.
I want you to. Personally, I would prefer if you knew ahead of time.
So let me give you an example. Harmony, let's say I had a kid and you call me like, hey, Omojola, I met one guy that has been asking about you. One of the first things I'm going to say is, does he know I have a child?
Yeah.
Like, does he? Because I don't even want to meet you if that's something that I know that you're giving.
So, for example, yesterday, I posted a picture of Mr. John and my friend, and someone messaged me. And the thing is, she said she messaged me, and then my friend was now like, oh, who? Like, and I said, oh, someone is looking for you. By the time he asked, there were like two things that I mentioned about her that he was just like, oh, okay, never mind. Because I was like, it's important that you know that this kind of person is, so that you don't waste our time. Because I know you. And I want you to know that this is where this girl is in her life. And you, I know where you are headed. Is a stupid place. Lady of bad virtue. Guys, they said I'm badly behaved. Is it true? What kind of person is this? So I'm in my early 40s, but I didn't claim mid-30s. I got married at 19 and I have one teenage daughter and a 20-year-old son. I'm actually a widow, but I don't advertise it due to the stigma. I lost the love of my life 12 years ago. I do okay for myself. I have a good job, and my late husband also left a good estate. I look good because I've always taken pride in my looks for myself, not for anyone. I wear outfits that show off my legs and cleavage. Nothing too crazy, but I don't believe in that dress your age rubbish. One of my neighbors came to politely ask me to cover up and dress more modestly because her teenage son is crushing on me and I'm giving him evil thoughts. I told her what her son is up to is not my responsibility and it's unfair to ask me to change, but I'm wrestling with it a bit. Am I in the wrong? Should I start changing my wardrobe? For context, it's not like I wear these daring outfits every day, but like if I feel like it, I do. I dress sexy often, even though I've been single and actionless, if you know what I mean, for a long time. There's this guy who is looking promising, but he's 35, and I don't know about younger men, even though he doesn't know my real age. Am I fine or am I just badly behaved? I want to refer you to one Senator Millie Odiabo. Who says the good girls don't get the corner office, my dear? Keep being the bad girl that you are.
That's so interesting. Like
And my problem with this is that it's so
specific as well.
It's so specific, number one. But then the thing is, it's harmless in reality, because she's just like, I dress up to feel good. I'm not really doing anything. It's not that serious. And the thing is, I don't imagine that she's wearing like bikinis up and down the house. She still lives in this country with us. Do you get? And so because of your son, who has seen a fine woman, first of all, just let's track back. The audacity to come up to me and say that, can I please do something about my dressing? It's what's giving me joy.
Do you know what I was thinking about? This is it's a very fantastic case study.
It is.
Do you know why? Because it's an opportunity to teach your probably teenage son about like boundaries and self-control.
Himself.
That's the main thing.
It's about a lesson in self-control.
Boundaries and self-control. It's very hard because I think in her mind, she just assumes, okay, we're both mothers. She's going to understand. She's going to want to think the same way. But the thing is that this is literally the perfect time for that woman to be like, come, you think this woman is fine, Abby?
Do you know what your son is going to see? This baby is the least of your problems. Hello, boys and girls.
Hey, listeners! Mm-hmm. Do you use MTN? If you do, we have some hot deals for you.
Hottest deals.
Okay. Hottest deals for you right now. FK, take it away.
Good. Did you guys know that if you download the My MTN NG app, you can buy airtime,
yes,
you can buy data,
yes,
and you can get hot offers,
yes, like
deals.
15 gig for 2K, which means you can stop telling your friends, I didn't see your TikTok. I haven't downloaded the episode yet. I don't have data.
You turned off your data. 5 gig for 600 now.
Come on.
Just look at that.
Come on.
Just look at that. You can also manage your MTN account if you have anything there.
Yes, guys, you can.
Convenience. So download the app today. Spell it for them.
MTNNG app. My MTNNG app today.
Yes, experience the future of apps, of telecommunication. Everywhere you go. That's MTN. Jealous girlfriend / skinny girl in transit. Hi, guys. Hope you're having a good day. Love the pod. You guys are spectacular. Thanks. So I'm thick, like I weigh 85 kg.
Is that thick?
Girl.
Exactly. I was like,
that's just the normal.
well.
I can't shout because that will reveal my own self. And, well, the fat is in all the right places. Glory to God. Hallelujah.
Amen.
I have a man and he was so big when I met him last year. Several O's, just so big. And he's so tall, 6'4", so he wasn't stubby. So I felt so small when we were together. I gained a little bit of weight this year and he lost a whole lot of weight this year. And now his face is chiseled. He's getting muscles and even abs. He's getting a whole lot of praise because of his weight loss. But I'm here struggling with my family members' complaints about my weight. Anyway, I thought I could always feel small when I'm with my boyfriend. But now he's so toned and I've gained so much weight. So now I feel insecure. Guys, I'm now in the gym and dieting because I don't want to be the bigger one. But on a serious note, though the insecurity is not too high, but it's lurking in the dark. And I can't even tell him because I'll just feel like a fat shit complaining to her man because she's fat now. I don't like the tone of this self-deprecation. Let me not lie to you. This fat shit thing. Well, I don't understand. What's happened? Okay, so you put on weight. Who did you kill? Please, I don't like that you are talking about yourself this way. Now I get it. I get it completely.
Yeah.
You know, there was a dynamic that was established before. He was bigger than you. He was comfortable. Now, boss man has gone to the gym. He has lost weight. He's now a sweet boy. You've put on a bit of weight. Insecurity is setting in. What should you do? This is not really a case of what should you do, what should you not do. It's not. It's actually not. The thing is, the insecurity, personally, I think you should address it head on. You're a big girl. Yeah, as in, like you're not a baby. Talk. Because you're definitely acting somehow. You're definitely acting
That's
somehow.
My favorite part. When something is bothering you.
And you think nobody is noticing.
Nobody is noticing that this thing.
I'm sure he's just like, as in, what is good?
Like, what's
First
going on
of
with
all,
this babe?
talk. And second of all, here's the thing. This is something that, like, fortunately, is in your control.
Yeah.
If you don't like the way you look and it's something you can do something about, you just said you're in the gym, you're thinking, what I would not do is this whole, you're calling yourself fat shit, you're feeling somehow. People put on weight. People gain weight. This guy can still put on weight. It's up and down. Obviously, women, their bodies, it's a bit different. And I get it. I get the whole, you feel big next to him now. You're feeling super insecure, especially when it's that close proximity where two of you were one way before. All of a sudden, somebody is now. But then you can talk to him about it, and then you people will do the way it is. Because she's feeling less desirable. That's actually what it is. All of a sudden, he has become more desirable. And she feels like she's less desirable. Whereas that might not actually be the case.
It also plays into, like there's a thing about women and the male-female dynamic here. So like the same way women want to date men that are taller
bigger.
There's a thing about being bigger. I remember one of my friends who had, we both had gained a lot of weight during lockdown. And it was so funny. We all knew that her guy was about to propose. Also men, why do you start behaving somehow around the time you want to propose? Like, if you just started I don't know. So we all were like, this guy is about to propose. She know the first thing she said? She said, yeah, because we're both Yoruba. She's like, hey, how's this man going to carry me when they say you should?
Hello, boys and girls.
No hello.
Okay.
No hello for them. Okay. This is not for...
Boys and girls only.
Boys and girls. I want to ask you a simple question.
Very simple.
Why are 40-something% of you that watch this thing not subscribed?
Very good.
Is it fair?
Very good.
Is it
other
good?
People's channels that you don't listen to every week, you subscribe to them?
Free
Look at what we
content.
do for you.
Do you pay? You come here, we make fools of ourselves every week.
Having a great time. Subscribe early. I don't understand it.
Why would you do that?
Is it right?
No. In case you don't know, no. It's not right. Okay? So now, you see that button. Nobody will beat you. Okay, do you know what? You can even cover.
Do it in a shy,
do it in a shy
mysterious way.
So nobody will.
Just, oh my God.
Click on the subscribe.
Oh my God.
That's all. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.